Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. So you already know it's your girl Ace, Asia, Ray, whatever the hell you call me, we back. Episode 8. If that is the wrong episode, mind your business. Just listen. You know what I mean? It's been a few months, not a few, maybe 7 months, but we back. I know. Listen, it's been 7 months, but
like that.
Life be crazy. I got distracted. I was doing a whole bunch of schoolwork and whatever. So I'm just glad to be back with a friend of mine. Hello. You want to introduce yourself for the people?
Hey y'all, it's Niah Shantae. I'm Niah.
Hi, friend. So, Niah and I met through our friend Quan. Shout out to Big Quan. We love you. Our big brother. And we started developing our friendship just by hanging out, getting to know each other. Fun fact, Niah has her own YouTube channel.
Oh, she does? Shameless plug. It's Niah Shantae. You didn't know?
Period. So I will link her information in the description box for the podcast episode. And then I will also shout out again at the end, just so you don't forget, because stop playing with her. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
She has good content. Trying to make sure that girl gets that money, trying to make sure her videos get monetized. But anyway, so today we are going to be speaking about unlearning unhealthy habits, excuse me.
Whoa, no, do that.
No. Woo, yeah, unlearning unhealthy habits and just questioning where they come from or how we may have developed these habits, whether that is through familiar relationships, friendships over the years, or just other influences. So the main point of this episode is just to question everything that we've been going through as like young women and how these habits are affecting our daily lives. So stick with us as we divulge all of this information. It's going to be a lot, but hopefully it helps someone understand that they are not alone. That's the whole point of this podcast. And we're going to dive right into it. So the topics that I have on this list, honestly, I will say that the one that sticks out to me the most when it comes to an unhealthy habit is being, well, I guess I can choose two. Maybe like hyper independence and feeling like a burden.
For sure.
How do you feel? Like what are think?
Yeah, I would definitely say hyper independence for sure. And
That's definitely
yeah, that's my main one.
I mean, yeah, because in my opinion, hyper independence is a huge issue that a lot of Black women tend to struggle with. I've seen it in my mom, my grandma, other friends that I have outside of the military and in the military. It's like, we don't know how to accept help very well, but then I understand why.
Yeah, because it's like between you want something right, do it yourself, and
My mom
trying to do everything yourself and not having it. You're like, okay,
right,
somebody help.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in a single parent household, I will say for myself, growing up in a single parent household, I've always seen my mom do everything by herself. Yes, of course, she has had help from her friends and other family members who are willing to lend a helping hand. But, 9 times out of 10, God forbid, somebody offers help or let's just say they're offering her money. She's like, nah, it's cool. I'm like, girl, you just take that $20. I thought we done cheap. We can use that to go to McDonald's later. So I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, I'm gonna take the $20, but that's just an example. And when it comes to my own life and my own daily occurrences, I will say I don't ask, but I'm learning how to receive it better when it's what's the word? When it's presented to me. Yeah. So somebody might say like, "Oh, do you need help with that?" I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do.
You have to mentally be like, "Oh, accept it. It's okay."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, have you been struggling a little bit to receive help, or have you been doing a little bit better when it comes to hyper independence?
I definitely feel like now that I've gotten older, I'm better at asking, because I know that, like you said, growing up in a single parent household, how like I see my mom do it. So I'm like, oh, my mom just does everything. So like naturally I just took after her. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do everything myself too. And then, but that also can come with a toll, like, you know, being stressed out and doing all these other things that can affect your physical health and mental health. And now like realizing that it's just like, it is okay to ask for help. You can't do everything on your own. So like I said, as I got older, I'm like, okay, it's okay. Like I would be frustrated doing something by myself. And I'm like, why is nobody helping me? Like, right, why are you not asking for it? Why are you not accepting the help that you are offering?
You can just ask, you know.
Worst they can say is,
yeah,
and you ask somebody else.
Facts. And when we're so used to doing everything on our own, or we're just choosing to do everything on our own, that's what I will say. We're choosing to do that. We naturally become burnt out, irritable, and we don't realize it in the moment, but it happens. So when we become burnt out and we are unable to show up authentically as ourselves, we then start to affect our other friendships and or other familiar relationships or romantic relationships. And because we're not showing up as ourselves, I think that kind of ties into us feeling like we are a burden.
Yeah, because you going through like your own things, you're like, oh no, I'm a cheat. Yeah, I can say sometimes like, also it's like I'm very, what's the word, not open-minded, but like sensitive to other people's situations. So I don't want to, I'm like, oh, so-and-so has XYZ going on, so I'm not going to ask them for it. Like, but that's also kind of like overthinking, because like, yeah, I can't make that decision for them, that just because they have this going on that they can't or aren't able to show up for me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting how we overthink in that area of our lives, because we don't want to put our own issues on somebody else's plate. And the whole point of being friends with somebody, in my opinion, is to support them through whatever journey that they're going through in life. I'm not trying to, you know, support you through some crazy stuff.
And you have a crack addiction, listen, I'm gonna call the people. You know, you're not just. You might, that was kind of extreme, but I'm just thinking about throwing this.
You might need a different friend for that, because I don't know how to help you. But you know, when you have a solid relationship with somebody, a solid friendship with someone, it's okay to lean on them. Period. Okay? It's okay to lean on them and ask for help, ask for guidance. There are the times where I asked Niah and Juan and my friends at home for guidance on multiple occasions, talking about the same shit. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I have realized that another unhealthy habit that I have seen in the Black community, more specifically Black women, is we tend to minimize our goals and our dreams simply because either we don't necessarily have the confidence to make it happen.
She cooking.
Right. Or we are too busy supporting, for example, you know, our children, husbands, boyfriends, other friends, you know, it could be anybody, but we're too busy focusing on everybody else and then putting ourselves on the back burner, which leaves us unfulfilled in a lot of areas of our lives. I've fallen victim to that. And when I tell you, I literally had to give myself the biggest wake-up call. It's like, all right, now, we in our mid-20s. What's up?
What we doing?
What we doing?
Where we going?
Yes, I made a lot of amazing accomplishments. That is not to say that I didn't do my big one when it came to my photography, when it came to other areas of my life, like, academics, whatever. But I could have been, if I had stayed completely focused on what I wanted to do, I'd be set up. And that's not to say that I need to be super hard on myself. I give myself grace every day. And I am very grateful that I'm where I'm at in my life now, because I could still be working at Trader Joe's. Not that there's anything wrong with Trader Joe's, but that's not what I want from my life. What I'm saying. I love my Trader Joe's crew. Don't get me wrong, but like sometimes, like we all have
working at Trader Joe's.
Y'all bagging them groceries. You need help in the produce aisle? I got you, dog. I got you. This blueberry and cheese is bomb. I got you, dog. Put it on the cracker. Shit buzz. Anyway, but even then, we'll talk about Trader Joe's, for example. Every person that I have worked with, let's keep it on the topic of Black women. Every Black woman that I have worked with at Trader Joe's, they always had like a second job or something that they're working on outside of that establishment. And they were not falling victim to, like minimizing their dreams. You're like, oh no, like I'm not working here forever.
Yeah.
This is not a thing. I'm not working here forever because I have other things I want to do with my life, and I'm not happy with just having this as a source of income, or it's not fulfilling enough.
Right.
So, I'm talking about women becoming midwives and, wanting to have their own candle making business and, becoming a dentist or, listen, big goals. And honestly, it was very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I needed that push. I think I really did.
They doing what they want to do. Why am I not fully embracing and doing what I want to do?
Right. So
I can relate to the fact that, let's say I'm someone, what do you call it? Not lovesick. What is it? Hopeless romantic. So I noticed that I used to have a tendency to where my goals are always would be the same, but when I would be with somebody, it would kind of evolve around them in a way. So like I'm kind of tweaking things here and there and putting maybe some things where I should have, could have, would have focused on the back burner. But like basically minimizing my growth to my goals, because I'm with so and so and their plan is XYZ. I'm like, oh, if their plan is XYZ, then I have to go here and do this and change that and tweak this here. It might be a slower route, but right. And had I not done that, I don't know. I can't say that. Because who knows with me? Like, truthfully, I could have been doing something crazy and then came back to it. But I did notice that was like a trend with myself, just because I'm like, oh, like, I'm being the supporter and putting myself last.
And at what point, if you don't mind me asking, did you realize this ain't it?
So I did a couple times, but honestly, it was just like each time. Well, let's say I did it twice. First time, I'm like, oh, like I kind of peeped it, but not really. The second time, and it's like after the relationship is finished, I'm like, because I be on some boss mode. Like I need to buy 3 houses and 2 cars and have 6 jobs now that I'm done with you. Well, you done pissed me off.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, I could have did this.
Right.
Or this opportunity, like let's say an opportunity presents itself and I'm like, oh, kind of, I don't know. Like, maybe next time. Like, or I really don't want to do it right now. It really just depends.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
And the time frame.
Yeah. Because it might not even be like a career goal, but it's like, oh, something that I wanted to do, but like maybe right now, not the time.
Yeah.
Allegedly, just because the person I'm dealing with at the time, or
Okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely like that topic. I will say, I'll say one more thing. I think I realized that I was minimizing not only my potential. I know what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when I have an idea in my brain, it's over with. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Once I figured out, okay, what do you want to do? What's something that you always wanted to do? I said I've always wanted to join the military. I've always wanted to travel on somebody else's dime.
Mm-hmm.
On somebody else's dime. Easiest way to do that. And I've always wanted to experience living in multiple different countries, and see what that's like. Oh, okay. I decided, and I was in a relationship at the time. Now, I was already like mentally checking out.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
I was already mentally checking out. I was like, you know what? This is not the person I'm going to end up with. I already know that. I was seeing too many signs. I kept praying about it. God kept showing me, listen, you gonna have to let that go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you put in too much time.
Right. Yeah.
And it's time to go. So once I finally decided, okay, it's time, I had to drop from 180 to about 150. That was difficult. Woo, you want to talk about mental strength? Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. And then I had to mentally prepare myself to separate from like my family, which I thought, honestly, I'm a bit of a loner anyway, not in a bad way, but I'm used to being by myself, at being an only child. But I miss them now because I'm not around them, or I don't have the option to see them. So I had to get used to that idea. It was,
that's so crazy, because I pretty much my second situation was, if not the same thing. Like, I was in a relationship with somebody that I had no business being in, and I knew that it wasn't it. I was like, this is not it. And I had already been wanting to join the military. It was just like I had a couple roadblocks, like me stopping myself, yada yada yada. So it was getting closer to the time. Like, I think your ASVAB stays there for like 2 years. Mine was about to expire at this point, because I had took the ASVAB like 2019, and it was hella long ago. So yeah, pretty much I locked in. I distanced myself. Like, I'm still in a relationship with the person, but I distanced myself, and I'm like, it's about me. Like, I don't care. And I had to lose weight to join. I think I had to lose, like 15, 20 pounds, something like that. And I kind of use it as an excuse. I was like, oh yeah, look, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm living. I'm just my new life. Like, I really used it as like a scapegoat. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I stopped talking to them prior to that. But I was like, yeah, we can't be cool. I got a new life.
Gotta go, buddy, gotta go. But I'm just glad that we're not holding ourselves back anymore, because it's about me. It's about me, Pookie Butt. It's about me. And on that note, we shall speak about avoidant and anxious attachment styles, because honestly, this has a really huge effect on how we move in friendships, romantic relationships, and other areas of our lives.
I would say I'm in between avoidant dismissive and avoidant fearful, because there's 3 points. Downplays important relationships. I could probably do that. Well, all the time, like, I'm really in it, but like, I don't know. It's usually extremely self-reliant. That's me. Can become more vulnerable when there is a big crisis. That I definitely can relate. And then fearful avoidant is more independent in relationships than avoidant and dismissive. Strongly fears rejection. And I feel like it depends, like, I don't know about the rejection. It depends on like how much I personally like somebody. And I'm like, oh God, they're gonna say. But just has low self-esteem. I don't really relate to that. And has a high anxiety in relationships. That can be me sometimes. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here, I will look. Let me see. All right, we're looking at the chart. Looking at the chart actively. I'm definitely not secure. Wish I was that.
I know, right? They just like it.
Yeah. Shout out to the people who having a secure attachment style. Dang, I'm trying to get like you, homie.
You're winning.
Maybe one day. I think I will say definitely anxious. I don't think so. The bullet points for anxious attachment styles, it says, has a sensitive nervous system, struggles communicating, needs to have direct communication, tends to act out when triggered. No, I don't do that. I definitely don't do that. But I will say I've always been a kind of an anxious person. And I think that comes from my familial relationships. And it's not to shit on my family. I'm just saying, y'all. That, you know, there's just a lot that goes on. Well, maybe one day we'll talk about that, but not right now. Anyway, let's see if I can pick another one. Strongly fears rejection, dismissive, downplays important relationships, self-reliant. I think I'll say avoidant, fearful. Especially from like recent occurrences. Yeah.
Because like I feel like different sides, like different relationship can bring different sides out of you, kind of sort of depending on the person and like the circumstance. So
yeah, I think right now I am definitely seeing more of my avoidant, fearful side. Maybe it's, and I will say maybe it is because of the fear of having. It is because I am waiting for the other shoe to drop, which means I feel like maybe I'm going to be rejected at some point. And that's not only fair to him, but it's not fair to me because, like, don't you want to have a good experience?
Right.
Like,
yeah. You're like not fully engulfed.
One foot in, one foot out type of thing. But I'm changing that, and conversations have been had. So I'm just doing what I gotta do at this point. And we want to see what happens. I mean, if I get my heart broke, I get broke. This is what
girl join a club. I just fall on my face and then I just get up and like, oh, let's do it again. It's like, oh, okay. Like, what's your name? Actually, you know, because you just gotta be like, what? You can only be yourself and do you. You can't control. You like, listen. That's all I got. That's all I could do. Like, I could not have done. You know, obviously, where if you feel like you could have done something different in the situation, that's that. But other than that, you can't do too much. Not for real.
Do you think we kind of developed these attachment styles from our parents?
For sure, because love it on that. So, like, as a child, I have siblings, but I grew up in my household as the only child, and my mom always doing everything, you know. So I can only imagine. I come home from work and I don't talk to nobody. I'm like, God damn, I just want to lay down. Like, and I can only imagine that's how she felt. So, you know, she's trying to be a mom and, you know, be the provider and the therapist and the doctor and, you know, and the chef. So, long story short, my avoided attachment style definitely came from my mom's parenting. And I don't fault her for it because those were just, she was dealing with the cards she was dealt with.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. She cooking.
But yeah, so here I am, be a little anxious. Okay, yeah, as a result to that, I when it comes to like what the fuck am I saying? I got it, but I don't got it. So when it comes to like, let's say the anxious part, I'm like, oh, like I'm trying to gauge my mom. Like, did she have a good day? Like, am I going to be, because now I'm super sensitive to, I can peep what's going on. Like, I'm emotionally intelligent in that way. So I'm like, oh, like, is she having a good day? Am I gonna piss her off?
Can I call to her about this, right?
Exactly.
Or should I wait till tomorrow?
Exactly.
Next week?
Exactly. Situations like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Just carry on in my relationship.
Okay. I'll say this about me. I'm definitely, when it comes to both of my parents, I've had multiple conversations with my mom and with my dad. So ain't no reason y'all can get offended. But at the same time, it's like, listen, I love y'all still. You know what I mean? I really do. And we all have our own experiences. So please don't be listening to the podcast and then trying to, like you said XYZ. That's not the point, Asia. Get it together. Anyway, so I will say the reason why I think I developed a avoidant, fearful attachment style is because both of my parents with my mom, I've known her to kind of shut herself down and will not speak on the issue at hand until she has either calmed down, and then she'll bring it up. And then we'll discuss again. And it might be a little bit of a cycle, but I also have fallen into that cycle as well. Not necessarily like waiting like a whole day. Like there have been times where I'm pissed for 1 or 2 days. Yeah. And I'm not gonna talk to you. You just gonna have to wait. But I have worked on like maybe taking like 30 minutes, maybe to an hour, and then we can revisit the conversation. When it comes to my dad, I will say that when he gets to a certain point, he tends to just lash out. I'm not necessarily like that, but in terms of like that avoidant, fearful attachment style, I think that leaks into the fear of rejection, because I felt like my feelings were being rejected. And so of course I'm sitting back thinking like, well, dang, I can't even say what I gotta say. You're not listening, you're just reacting. Right. In a sense. Yeah. So, I think I learned, I want to say I can confidently say I learned not to be reactive because of that. Because I don't ever want to make my friends, a significant other, or, cousins, or, grandma, let's say for shits and giggles, I don't want them to feel like their feelings are getting rejected. Yeah, so you're just hypersensitive to that because you went through that. Like it was your own experience. Exactly. Exactly. So, definitely an interesting topic, because, and I feel like I want to dive into that even more. We need to do some more research because there's so many, like, I don't know. There's a lot. Actually, I started reading the book Attached. Oh, really? Really, really good book. If you guys haven't picked it up or purchased. I'm gonna start that over. We're gonna start that over and relax. If you haven't purchased the book Attached, it's really good for you to not only understand your own attachment styles, but to kind of understand someone else's attachment style and how they behave in relationships. Not just romantic, again, but it's a really good, well-rounded book. So I'm reading that right now, and it was reading me at the same time. I was reading the book and it was reading me. I was like, so that's my problem. It's all making sense now. It's cute. Okay, so I definitely wanted to ask, let's see, how are you seeking guidance through the journey of unlearning these habits, or through kind of identifying your attachment style?
I would say with the help of my village. That's probably like my go-to, and just like a lot of self-reflection and stuff like that. I have dibbled and dabbled in therapy, not as much as I want to, especially like just being out here makes it look more difficult. But yeah, self-reflection and the help of like my equally yoked friendships, my sister work. Yeah.
Okay. I can agree with you on that. Definitely relying on friends and, you know, a couple family members here and there for their ideas and their opinions on where I'm at in life and how I can improve. And then, of course, like journaling has been very big for me, having an outlet to write poetry and just maybe even not writing like a full journal entry, just writing down feelings that are coming in and out of my brain at the moment. Like, okay, well, how are you feeling right now? Peace. Writing that on a piece of paper. Then just sitting in silence. Yes, that's a form of meditation. I guess we can say meditation. I do tend to go to my favorite spot on base or off base and just sit there and watch the sunset and listen to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's peaceful.
Yeah. When I'm, you know, in that moment, I just let everything kind of flow into my brain and then flow out. And I try not to get distracted. I try to put my phone on do not disturb, whatever. That's been really helpful. And just, I don't know, just being more intentional about spending time with my friends and just sitting down and just maybe drinking wine or just kikiing and laughing. That's my biggest thing, just laughing. I will laugh at myself.
That's my favorite thing to do. Favorite pastime, let it laugh.
Yeah. We be kikiing and cackling all the time.
Yeah.
And like, it's so much fun.
Little kids. The teacher's going to have to move our seats.
Yep. Ain't no way. So that's what I've been doing. And honestly, I'm interested to see how far we will come when it comes to unlearning these habits. We could probably do a part 2 next month and see if we can check in related to get Big Low back on the podcast so she can give us her perspective for part 2. And I think I want a male perspective on this thing as well. So who knows? Maybe we'll have 4 people talking about this.
Ooh, that sounds fun. So we're going to party.
Right?
I have a question.
Yes.
So for your journal, so I journal too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go back and read them?
I do. And
I can't do it. Like I read some, but like to like, because you can just see, like, I don't know, it depends on how often you journal, but even still, you can just see like, the change. Oh, it'd be too emotional for me. I'd be like, I can't go back and read that.
So what's funny is I just recently finished off one of my journals. I had never finished writing in a journal since childhood. So like for some reason I'm always like jumping. I was like, oh, I like this note. Like, come on, just finish off that one notebook. Crazy. But so I just finished writing on the last page of one of my journals. And
what a chapter.
Right? I was like, oh, this is crazy. And I started reading it from the beginning, and I started realizing that it was hard to read. I was like, dang. I was like depressed. Like, and I didn't, obviously sometimes you can't see it.
Yeah.
But other people can see it. And my mom, she noticed it. My best friend Sarah, she was like, you're not being yourself. I had gained a lot of weight. Mind you, this is during, I think I had gotten that journal around, was it like 2020, 2021? So of course, like COVID. And
I got mine in 2020. COVID.
Yeah, so I'm already stuck in the house. You know what I mean? I'm already in a relationship that I don't want to be in. Oh, then I'm feeling unfulfilled. working as a security guard at a QVC, I'm like, this is not my life. This can't be my life.
Where the cameras?
Hello, like, I feel like I'm on the Truman Show.
Oh Lord,
You know, like, this ain't it. Is somebody watching me? So, it was really hard to read, but it's my testimony, and
Right.
I'm grateful that I'm not in that space anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will eventually. I mean, like, I do read some pages, but like, it's like certain, because I date the top. I'm like, I'm not going. I already know.
Yeah.
I'm not going back. Hell nah.
Yeah. You know what? We don't even need to speak about that, let alone read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Maybe at some point we can just like read a little excerpt.
That'll be some juicy shit.
Because I was cursing out some people in that journal.
I don't even think I'd be cursing. I just be really like, it'd be one entry. I try to keep it like a page.
Sure.
Sometimes I'd have had 2 pages. Not even like 2 pages, like front back from one entry. Yeah. It was real serious. Yeah.
Like, yeah, we letting all our feelings out today.
Yeah.
But
it's real active.
yeah, I plan to continue to journal, and maybe we could journal together on the podcast. That would be kind of interesting. Just kind of think of some prompts and then come back and sharing what we wrote down. Not so much information, but just what we feel comfortable. Dang, I'm coming up with ideas, y'all. Look at me. Maybe that hiatus was needed.
Yeah, you filling the cup up.
Look at me.
Jar.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening, everybody. I am very interested to see what you thought about this episode. If you have any questions or suggestions for our next topic, if you want to be on the podcast, hit me up. And she over here being silly. And as always, I appreciate you listening. Regardless of my hiatus, I'm always joking around talking about how long it's been, but truly I think I needed it, and I'm excited to see what that next episode will bring to the table. Also, now you need to shout out your YouTube, your Instagram, so that people can find you.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say thank you for having me.
Oh, wow.
It's been a pleasure. Instagram, manizah.co. That's me. YouTube link is in the bio, but the YouTube is Niah Shantae, NIAHSHONTAE. Yeah, it's fun over there. It's a lot of unreleased footage that was supposed to go with me and Asia and our journeys in different countries. Okay. And
yeah, we're gonna get it together. We've been trying to hold ourselves accountable, let alone each other, to just do our big one with this content creation. It is not easy, especially being active duty military. We be tired.
Right. I can film the content. Right? I got the filming. It's the editing.
Yeah. I think my thing is just the time management.
Yeah, that's true. And actually like dedicated. Like, okay, boom, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do this. Cause I'm gonna do it. And I never just pick up my laptop.
Next weekend.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But thank you, y'all. Bye.
Bye.